from the Lil Shay Show. Tune in every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on IAXISRADIO.com for hot topics, cool conversation, and me, your host. Gotta love it. See you there.
IAXISRADIO. You are now locked in.
Wake up to IAXISRADIO in the morning.
The future of radio and podcast.
Your number one station.
Welcome back to IAXISRADIO. We've got a packed show today, diving deep into the future of creation.
Absolutely. It's all about pushing boundaries.
IAXISRADIO, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXISRADIO, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we
do. Welcome to IAXISRADIO. We are the future of radio and podcast. Our reach is limitless. We embark on the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is evermore.
Do not fear. IAXIS is here to protect the sounds of our city. Let the music play.
Hello, it's me, CEO. Now let's get behind enemy lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXISRADIO.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Get behind enemy lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXISRADIO. The future of radio and podcast. They ain't going to play with y'all. Let's get it.
Girl, it's been a while since I told you I love you. And it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. No, and girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
What's the best way to tell you I love you without falling flat? More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips up the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through light, I'm guided by your glow. So blessed when you check yes over no. Have a question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy and you
Yo, what's good, me, man? Happy Saturday. That's how you got bringing in WIZZ. Happy Saturday, all right? First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to change, okay? Or fix the screen. You don't got to smack it, fix the rabbit ears. That's a shout out to Easter. Let's get out of the way. You don't got to fix the rabbit ears. None of that. You're seeing what you're supposed to be seeing. It's Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. You're supposed to be what? Lined up with us behind enemy lines. IAXISRADIO every other Saturday. So welcome back. I want to thank the people in the chat right now. Hey, continue to share the live right now, okay? Because we got an explosive interview coming up, all right? Wiz, tell them who's in the building, man.
What's going on? We got a good pack.
Two sports moms will be in the building, all right? We got them in the green room, all right? Slow down, all right? Continue to share the live. Shout out to Jose Rivera Extremities in the building. We appreciate you. Share this live. We want 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000. This is your opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. All right, to show the power of people. We got to do it like Tenonism did, all right? He left that one spot, went with himself, and he's going viral. Why we can't do that on our Access Radio, okay? I am the gatekeeper. This is my partner in crime.
What up? This is WIZZ.
All right?
What's good?
And we can't stand each other.
Can't stand each
right?
other.
But for the next 2 hours, we going to get along, all right? We going to get along, all right? Strap in with me. We got a lot of things going on, okay? So first and foremost, okay? First and foremost, all right? We got to make sure we let you know what the phone number is so you can call in when you want to call in. Phone lines are not open yet, ladies and gentlemen. They're not open yet. But when they do open, okay, make sure you're ready, all right? You can call in at 914-714-6917. Once again, 914-714-6917. We got a full show for y'all, okay? So we got topics that's going to be happening after the interview, okay? And 2 sports moms, okay? Right. Shout out to
sports moms.
Yeah, shout out to Yasmin, okay? And Dr. Thomas, all right? That's who they are, okay? We're going to show you their link, all right? We're going to even have something special today. First time ever. We're going to have a QR code that you can scan that's going to send you right to their website so you can check out what they got going on. This is exclusive, all right? Y'all getting the exclusive stuff. Ain't they getting the exclusive stuff? Yeah. All right, so I don't want to hear you can't find the website, all right? All you got to do is scan it. And it goes right to their website, all right? So y'all can find out what they got going on and the big things that they got going on in the community, okay? 501(c) organization. I stay messing that up, but you know, non-for-profit, and they out there for the youth, all right? Academics, and for the right things. We're going to get to that in a minute, okay? So you got the phone number to call in. All right, Reggie Humphrey's in the building, King of Paddle. Shout out to them. WIZZ, where can they find us at?
They can find us on IAXIS Radio,
the
app. They can find us on Twitch. They can find us on Facebook. They can find us on IG. They can find us on 365 Live. They can find us on YouTube, IG. I'm saying they can.
And you can even tell Siri and Alexa, you know what I'm saying? Hop on IAXIS Radio, and you can lock into us. So you ain't got no excuse for why you not logged in, why you don't know what's going on.
We got the app.
We got the app. It's just no excuse.
You want to listen?
Okay?
If you drive and you can't watch, you can listen on the app.
All right, and if this is your first time watching Behind the Enemy Lines, Behind the Enemy Lines is a podcast when we talk about relationships from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. All right, so come to the front of the congregation. We're going to start some trouble, all right, because the topic that we're going to talk about today, word swap. Y'all remember that famous game, word swap, when you change one word for another, like I say car, you say automobile, I say Giants, you say
Cowboys.
Oh, but it's supposed to be Giants. But anyway, we're going to get to that. You couldn't wait to get that out. We couldn't wait to get out.
No,
word swap, all right? That's what's going to be our topic today, okay? When like is replaced in a relationship with something else. So you know how it was when you first started a relationship? You liked them. You know what I mean? So you did everything for her. You know what I'm saying? You got her favorite ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You rubbed your feet. You know what I'm saying? Do like your favorite. You went on the boat ride that don't cost $1.25 on the ferry. You know what I'm saying? When you like them, you do more in your relationship when you like somebody.
You share that Metro card with them.
Share that Metro card with them because you like them.
Right now it's the Omni.
But when you replace that like with something else, like tired. I am now tired of spending time with you. Is that when you start having problems in relationship? Word swap. That's going to be the topic today, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go back and forth with some words. You know what I mean? Can you swap out like for love? And then, hold on, she love you, but don't like you. So is the relationship going to work?
No.
So we need the ladies to help us figure that out. And we want to know about certain words that y'all might swap in and out, and then y'all might find out why y'all struggle in these relationships, ladies and gentlemen. All right, word swap. That's what we're going to have, okay? And then after that, we're going to have what we call the wild card, ladies and gentlemen. The wild card is where y'all can throw in a topic, all right? And I left it open for today. I do have one, all right? But I left it open today because we want that participation. Can we say that? This is a participation award, okay? This is where everybody gets one, all right? You, the people, the viewers, if you want to talk about something that we haven't been talking about, whether it's the baby that got shot, 7 months old, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Gino acting up with Dawn Staley because, South Carolina rocking right now. You know what I'm saying? Whether they still talking about Shador and how he should not have been a 5th round pick. If you want to do that, that's your time to throw it in. Okay, so make sure y'all stay alive for the wild card. The wild card going to be about 620, all right? 620, we'll have the wild card. And then, like I said, man, just feel free to throw something out there. But if you don't, I got something to throw out there, okay? At 6:40, something around that time, we got what we call the pressure check. Time is a little off right now, right? But we're going to tell you about 6:40 is the pressure check. Now, that's when we go on the Rolodex and we're going to argue back and forth about this word swap thing, right? And maybe we ain't got it right. So we're going to reach out to somebody, dial up their number and see what they got to say about it. So we got 2 callers lined up already. And like I said, it's random, okay? It's random. Shout out to Buffalo Dawn in the building. He said, what's up?
What up?
It's random. So we're going to get that pressure check and see what other people think. If you want to be a part of the pressure check, if you want to be a part of the show, okay, BHLFamily52 at yahoo.com, okay? Or you can find me at Gatekeeper718. Or you can find him at
WIZZ.
All right.
WIZZ.
And all you got to do is DM us and say, hey, I'm interested in certain segments. I'm interested in this. I got this product out. And we can work something out. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a little. It's not going to be a lot. We just got to work something out. Can we work something out?
Work something out.
Work something out, okay? And for our last segment of the day, you know what I'm saying? Usually we have Takai's takes on. She's not going to be on today. She had an event earlier, so she's a little bit tired. But we're going to have Chucky's Cut. Chucky's Cut is our artist independent segment, all right? So we have an artist, A1, lined up. He got a song, Sirens, okay? You go to crowd.live to vote, ladies and gentlemen. It's not up to me. It's not up to WIZZ. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to Yasmin, and it's not up to the doctor, but she is certified. She's a doctor. She's certified. She might be able to tell you if your stuff is good or not. She's certified. But anyway, I'm just saying. So if you get a bad grade, it ain't my fault. She was just on the show today, okay? But it's up to you, the people, okay, to vote to keep or kill a track. You see why Chucky's here. Everybody can't make the cut, all right? And you can be lined up for, what's coming. It will be here by the beginning of May. By my birthday, it will be here. The Better Green Entertainment Hour is coming with the mix. So y'all just stay in tune with what's going on. So like I said, we got A1. Make sure you go to crowd.live and come back, ladies and gentlemen, so we could finish out the show. And that's the code right up there to vote right now. Okay, Z as in zebra, P as in Paul, Q as in quack. Like he's a quack. But anyway, we're not going to get on that. A as in apple, E as in elephant. I bet you thought I was going to say that other word. I wouldn't dare say that when in the black room. I wouldn't dare say. I knew y'all all was waiting for that, right? So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, okay, we got a couple sponsors to bring up. We're going to talk about our sponsors real quick, and then we're going to bring in a slight video, and then we'll go right into our interview with Yasmin and Dr. Thomas. So first and foremost, we want to bring up Voice to Life Tea, okay? Tell them about Voice to Life Tea, Wiz.
Voice to Life Tea, when you want to get that right voice in the studio. Voice right.
Or you get that owl voice when you want to talk to your woman. Hey, baby, baby, baby. And then you want to... Vocals by Jamel has put out a great product. Make sure y'all go and check it out. The commercials is crazy. They got new commercials that'll be coming out too. Look out for the commercials. You know what I'm saying? Al's doing this thing. Voice to Life Tea by Vocals by Jamel. She's also a vocal coach. If you're trying to get your vocals together, go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up. You know what I'm saying? Get your woo-woo on. Yeah. All right? Vocals by Jamel. We also have Metal Mastermind. Okay?
That's right.
Make sure y'all go check out Ken Candelas on what's that, Twitch? You know what I'm saying? Metal Mastermind, they specialize in metal music, but he is a teacher, okay, that teaches all aspects of engineering, okay? So if you're trying to get your music right, you know what I'm saying? You'll get a bad grade for him on Chucky's Cut too every now and then. He really know what he's talking about, certified. That's SAE right. And about 3 other colleges, okay? On top of that, we have The Power for the Hour, brought to you by my brother D Chorus. It's a movie. It's a book. Make sure you go check it out, powerforthehour.org. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget it. I got a little cameo, you know what I'm saying? Got a little cameo. I got to get my basketball on. You know what I'm saying? I got to look like something for a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you make the basket?
Nah. I had to do a foul. I was Dennis Rodman. I had to foul. I had one job. And then we want to give a special shout out to Kaiser's Takes for her first high school event as a freshman. She performed today. She had a track event, and she won a gold medal, man. I'm so happy for her. You can see her in the rankings right there. She won a gold medal today in shot put, and she did relay as well. This is the first time I got to see her run in a relay race. She ran the second leg, and they came in second place. So congratulations to the whole Fordham Prep team. They doing big things. Shout out to the boys as well. Yeah, I mean,
You can cry. Let it out,
I'm trying to let it out. I was trying to let it out,
cried
man.
here.
So, today was a full day for me, but very excited about everything that's going on. Enough about us, man. Congratulations. Keep working hard. Anything is possible. And I show you how God's work because we're going right into an interview with two moms that are, sports moms.
Yes.
And it's crazy that today happened to be a day when, I get to experience sports during the day and talk about it in the afternoon. So this is our version of ESPN. How you like that? We taking it, all right?
That's right.
So without further ado, two sports moms are in the building, okay? And you have Yasmin, all right, and Dr. Thomas. And I'm just going to read you some of the mission statement. You got to check out their website, like I said, twosportsmoms.org. And this is their mission: to empower and equip student athletes and their families with the tools, knowledge, and support they need to succeed academically, athletically, and holistically. That's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to see more organizations coming around like this to help us get on the right track. This is their anniversary.
Yes.
It's
good.
your anniversary.
And I'm so proud because you know what?
Huh.
She's the mother of a cowboy.
I knew he couldn't wait.
I'm
Al,
so
can you
happy.
find him? He wasn't supposed to say that in the first 10 minutes, Al.
I'm
This is
saying-
real. We went over this in the contract talk. I'm a Giants
so
fan. I
proud.
feel I'm not going to bring it up. We should have drafted him. He was right there for us. We needed this.
Yeah.
I'm having an emotional moment, all right? You got to bring it out of me. Al, roll the footage, all right?
Angels up in the clouds are jealous, know what we found. Something so wild of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground for the sanctuary. Shatter me when you touch, will not return me to dust. The angels up in the clouds are jealous, know what we found. Hopeless, hallelujah. On this side of heaven's gate. Oh, my life, how do ya? Breathe in, take my breath away. At your altar I will pray, 'cause the sculptor I'm the clay. Oh, my, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you to lay me down, so we're dead better. On the edge of your life.
So without further ado, we're going to welcome in Yasmin and Dr. Thomas to Behind Enemy Lines. Welcome, ladies. Welcome.
How y'all doing?
Great. Yes.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you and congratulations on your first year, right? It's your first year of being two sports moms together. It's your first year, your anniversary.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does it feel to have a whole year in already? Doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
It really does. And thank you for inviting us. It's just been incredible. And it does go by when you're doing, it's like a labor of love. It just goes by, when you're doing the right thing for people and people appreciate it.
So before we get into it, what sports did each one of your student athletes, I know they're probably grown now, but student athletes play before we get started?
So I have 5 kids. I had one son who played at a D3 level. He played basketball. Another who before COVID played basketball through AAU. I mean, really good player, even with scholarship to Fezzen, Andover. But then when COVID hit, there were no offers. So he ended up on football. So he graduated from Boston College, finished football there. And he's doing a grad year at Ohio. And I have a daughter who also plays basketball. She's at Northwestern right now, going into her 3rd year. So, and I have an 11-year-old. He also plays. He plays for the Gauchos in the Bronx. So he's up and coming, and he's a little force to be reckoned with. So it's been exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. We went through They're grown. My sons are grown now, but I think we went through Harlem Little League for youth baseball at first, and then we did soccer with Harlem Soccer, and then we tried out basketball. My oldest was like he did like Goddard Riverside, a couple of smaller AAU teams. And then he realized he didn't like it. And then they both went into football. Harlem Jets. My oldest liked it, but then he really did it more for the workout, and then went into music. And then my youngest stayed with football, and I think that's about all the sports I covered.
The
So
Harlem
I think
Jets.
between us, we all kind of learned a lot of different sports raising them. Yeah.
Sport, a lot of different sports is good first and foremost, and second of all, we need to get more of our people into baseball. It's very productive and financially well sport. We need to start getting back
Definitely.
to- Now, I got a story about the Harlem Jets, man. You know, and I'm gonna love saying this. I wound up coaching on the Carp City Cowboys, right? And we had to go play the Harlem Jets. And me and the coach wasn't seeing eye to eye. Not because I was doing anything wrong. But he had one of those power struggle issues. You know what I mean? That's one thing I did do when I was around amateur sports or whatever. I never had a power issue. Wherever you needed me, I went and I just tried to do my best job. You know, you have some coaches that when they coach or they involved and they own it, they have to have their hands on every aspect of everything. And there's just too many kids, too much going on. So for this particular game, he decided to come and coach my team at the last minute, right? Boy, did the Harlem Jets stomp a mud hole in us. And that cowboy uniform was getting ran up and down. Al, you hear me? I got to see that Dallas Star get. Oh, not to you, Yaz. This is just the Wiz. This is.
Oh, I know.
I want no problems with the big guy. I want to play with the big guy. The big guy.
No, it's good.
Oh, Wiz. Yeah, them Cowboys got towed up by them Harlem Jets, boy. I just wanted to bring it up because you had to bring it up. You had to bring it up. You had to bring it up. All right, now that we got that over, we're gonna get into the good stuff. But it's glad to see that y'all was seasoned in a lot of different things, and I think that's also an important thing in sports. Is don't just have your kid doing one sport. Try many different sports until they find their niche. Even with my daughter, I think the coach was talking today about having her doing something where you do like hurdles and then you do jumps and then you do something else all in one thing with a split break. You know, she went from the 200 and then she went to the javelin. Like, you know, I like to see kids move around and it also gives us a better education on sports as well. So, my first question to you guys, can you guys give us give the people, you know what I mean, the people, because I used to watch Phoenix Soul here, you know what I'm saying? So I expected to meet her early in this, but I'm glad we finally met. Can you give the people a piece of who you are outside of the organization and tell us what it is you liked about watching your kid play sports and growing up before you became two sports mom?
Yeah, I can go. Well, I was at I'm a lobbyist by profession, and I did a lot of work in government initially, and then I did work in real estate. I was a community development where I helped. I worked in real estate development firm, so I mainly did housing finance and stuff like that, and then served as a liaison to government entities. And so all of that stuff was nice, but a good releases time was to see my kids play. And I was that parent. I was there at every game. I was very active in his life from the beginning. And I would travel, I would tailgate, I would do all of that. And I think it was great all the time. I think the one of the best moments for me was to just watch him put on his jersey and to have his name on it, and to watch him do interviews, and to watch him also respond when it wasn't great all the time, when they didn't win, and just to see how he evolved from those moments unto now, and becoming starting an organization, I want to say, was the last piece of it. but just watching my sons be who they need to be was just incredible.
Nice.
You forget about all that. The weekend was for football and sports. Like all that other stuff was on the side.
So I started out in hospital administration for a while. I'm a nurse, and always passionate about schools and furthering education. And I got to a point within nursing administration where I would receive brand new nurses. And I was very curious because of how I felt their preparation should look versus what I received when they would arrive in the hospital. And so my curiosity, it kept me in school, but it also took me over to the sidelines of of academia. So currently, I work with students who are in nursing school, and just help them to navigate their way across into transition into becoming nurses. So we're filling the pipelines with these young individuals who will eventually take care of us. So I did learn a lot of lessons in that transition. But what I'm able to impact mostly on this side is that preparation piece, which I'm very proud of. So I did that for a long time, and I said I love school, so I continue to just seek the educational path, and then eventually I received my doctorate. So yeah, that's how I got to this point. But most what I love about my kids, and before the two sports moms, is just watching them be so successful across the board. You know, we did place a lot of emphasis on education. That was the top priority. And it just so happened to be that they were good athletes. So pursuing that with them, watching them grow on and off courts and fields was so important for us. And it was just nice to see and to know that we've raised some really great people, because at the end of the day, the well-roundedness of sports and how it teaches leadership and teamwork and finding a voice and things like that, it translates itself to the classroom. So I think some of the most proud moments that I've had is watching my son at Boston College be the vice president or co-president of the Black Male Initiative. So he found himself working in the social spaces, just making sure he not only continued to develop again in sports, but really off that field. He was something spectacular to watch, and his voice really significant. And he's done a lot of impactful things. So I love the sport, love it hands down. But what I love mostly is how well-rounded the sport as well as the rest of these experiences have made my children.
Oh, that's amazing. And for some of the viewers, they may not understand why I asked that question. I asked that question because sometimes we put other things in front of being there for our kids, even when it comes to sports. And the importance of a parent being there, it is so amazing. I was the oldest of 11, and my moms couldn't always be there when I was playing for whatever reason. It was at that point in time, but I can remember being in Evander and having an amazing game, and when you look up in the stands and there's no one there for you, how empty that still made you feel, and you never quite feel like that piece is fulfilled. So that was just an example of how much you guys were still had going on, but you knew that this had to be done. And sometimes the coaches look at me and my wife because we travel heavy. It'd be me, my wife, my daughters, grandparents, and they'd be like, "Oh, you have to show up." We like, yeah, because we these type of parents that know that just being there, when your child is coming off the field, whether it's a win or a loss. I think some of the greatest moments is when my daughter didn't have a great track meet, and I still was there waiting for you at the end of the line, no matter what. And she was like, "Yo, you just saying that because you my dad." No, I'm saying it because it's the truth. You gave yourself your best that you could today. You try again tomorrow. And even with my oldest two daughters, I have a 29 and a 28-year-old. Even when they was in cheerleading, when they first got there, they knew nothing. But by the time the coach got through with them, championship. They went from like being in the back where the coach was trying to hide them to being at the top of the pyramid. But that was that, that coaching that happens outside that most parents don't know that they really need to be there to help the kid when they coming off the field because there's a lot of different emotions. So that's why I wanted to highlight that and let parents know that it's important to be there. Sometimes you got to say, work, I'm going to miss it today. Sometimes you got to say, hey, you know what? I'll double up next week, but I got to be out this week. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. So I'm glad y'all did that. My second question, what did you feel this organization or why did you feel this organization needed to exist? Did something affect you directly? And if y'all want, y'all can share that story. You don't gotta go too much if it's heavy. Or was it something you saw? You know what I mean? Like me coming off the field, a lot of people couldn't see that I was hurting. Even though I had a 500-yard game and we won, I was hurting. But one of my friends would see me crying in the bus and be like, "What's the matter with you?" But hey, I didn't have nobody here. You got to go home with your moms. I was just here alone.
So, Rob, you can go first.
So, one of the things that when you look back and when we first started having these conversations about, how we wanted to push and move the needle forward, it was reflective of the things that we had learned, right? And a lot of what we learned was on our own. There was no blueprint to say what was right or what was wrong, and there weren't a lot of resources out there to help guide the course of the way we did things either. So I think most important for us, because I think we could say within our own right that the kids that we have are pretty successful in what they've done thus far. And the lessons that we learned have given us such a blueprint that it's only right that we wanted to pay it forward. And by connecting, the students to opportunities, families to resources, it is absolutely what we could have benefited from when our kids were going through the same spaces, and it just didn't exist. And so, again, unselfishly, it was important that we pull forward those lessons so that we could provide a blueprint. I didn't even know what AAU was for a while. And I'm sitting on a rec team saying, there has to be more. My son can't be the one scoring the most points every game. Or my daughter, it looks like we're watching paint dry because they just weren't, it was like 1-0 and we're in the fourth quarter. And I'm saying, look, this, there has to be more, right? So when you don't know, you kind of sit in those spaces and you just, something is happening out there, but you don't, but you keep your ear to the ground. And I did a lot of ear hustling. And then I started learning little things here and there, but like, why should that have been the case? Why couldn't it just be share? What share. Where do I need to place my son? Where do I need to place my daughter? What are the best moves? So strategically, I don't have to go into these pitfalls or, do-overs. A lot of times you don't have a lot of time for all of that. So I think when we came together, we recognized that there were so many lessons that we had learned and there were so many resources that we had gathered that, it felt right to pay forward what we had amassed in that amount of time.
Yeah, I would say, with advocacy being a foundation, as a parent and just, my background, one situation in my life came up. I think we were at a school, and just so folks who know the background, and I didn't go into depth, was like my son had been through every process in sports. Started out coming from New York in football, where New York is not usually highly touted as for football state. He was a top O lineman in New York State. Had minimum offers, like maybe like 8 small D1s. Then wound up going to University of Rhode Island. Went there for about 3 years. This is during COVID. Went there for 3 years. Then put himself in a transfer portal. Got a lot of acknowledgments and accolades from and scholarships from about 25 high power schools. This was during the time I was doing Phoenix Soul here. And then he decided to go to Oregon University. He was a Duck for about 2 years. And then last year he was drafted to the Dallas Cowboys in 2025 draft. So that being said, is I said Cowboys gatekeeper, Cowboys it is. So anyway, but that being
You have to
said,
keep doing him, and even the Cowboys, just not him.
but just the experience alone put us in a situation where people had a lot of questions, and they asked, well, what did you go through, how did you do it, what was going on? And those conversations stem from Sabratha and I'm talking about our experiences and what lessons we learned. And so from doing that, wanting to share that with other parents, so they could be guided and not guessing. I think that's a situation sometimes where parents, they have access to a lot of different things, but they just don't know what to do. And they're kind of like guessing as they move. And here I am, I'm thinking I got it going on. I got everything with my life, with my resources, with my access, with my connections, and I still didn't know what I was doing. And a situation that came to mind was I was at this school, and this coach literally told me to leave the room because he felt that I wanted it more than my son. And I left the room, and my son like turned around and like 2 minutes later and was like, "Mom, come back in." I mean, we didn't go to that school, but my point is that, like, why did I have to feel some sort of way because I wanted my son to be successful and I was advocating for my son? Why did I feel like it was an interference because I wanted my son, I was supporting my son? So that example alone got me more fuel to say other parents shouldn't feel stifled or silenced. And so, we wanted to be a support system for all parents, be that hub where parents can feel trusted, knowing that if they speak to us, then they know they have, somebody in their corner.
Al, I'm gonna need you to put the claps on that, please. Give me the claps before I speak. And I really want to commend y'all for doing that, and I hope my daughter's really listening to what you said right there, because two things you guys touched on. I didn't know AAU was in every sport, number one. As one of the people just said, and I'll read some of their comments when they post up. A parent just said they didn't even know track was even that intense when they started 2 years ago. That was my wife talking about my daughter. We didn't even know it was like that. So the biggest thing that I took away from that is us not knowing. And I was told something similar by a coach as well. He pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, your daughter got it, but you want it more than she wants it." And what I started to realize, no, it's not that she doesn't want it. She hasn't been introduced to it. She's still new. And the type of competition that you're going to, right out of the gate, when somebody's been doing this for 15 years and you've been doing it for 2 years and you think you're gonna have the same results, I mean, it doesn't always work like that. And then next thing, your confidence starts shooting down and you start doubting yourself. So having that springboard of support to help balance you back is very important. And that seems like what you guys are starting to empower parents and other people to do. I mean, for a coach to tell you to leave the room, like, Jesus Christ. Um, it's great that you guys are learning all these things and starting to put it into your organization to help parents out. And with that being said, what's the biggest mistake you might have seen? I know y'all still early in your development and growth, y'all first year, but from what you've seen so far, what's the biggest mistake parents make that they don't even realize or know that they're making when it comes to their kids and decisions, like you saying, leaving out the room? That might have been a mistake that you didn't even know you was making.
I think sometimes follow the bag instead of the game. And sometimes I don't think parents pay attention to the needs of the child sometimes, and that's human nature. I mean, you watching all these kids making all this money, you watching NIL, you watching the transfer portal, and sometimes you don't get everything that you expect. I remember we were watching some kid who was just I remember I was talking to one parent, and one parent did not want their child to go to this school, or they didn't post like when their child visited this school, but they posted when their child visited another school, and that child, the coaches didn't even pay attention to that child when they were there. I always think that children should go where they're celebrated and not tolerated. It was something that a coach told me a long time ago. And I also don't think, and I'll sorry, let Sabrata speak. I don't think that we understand our power as parents when it comes, and that's a mistake. I think sometimes we sit back and we just either think about it. You sit back and you let your 14-year-old child make a decision about their life's future, but you wouldn't let them make a decision like that in other areas of their life. And in sports, I think we should be mindful, and not saying you have to learn the sport, but you do know about your child. And I don't think parents should be intimidated by the sport to stop them from speaking up or stopping to make sure that they're included. If someone reaches out to your child, make sure you're on the call. You know what I mean? If someone is reaching out to your child about coming to a meeting, make sure you try to make that meeting, or make sure you get something in writing to explain it. Make sure you're included. Just saying, oh, let them do it or let her do it is not enough. Just being involved, I think, is the number one, is the main mistake. Making sure that you're involved.
Oh, you muted, Doc.
I feel like that was a mic drop. I feel like if you had an applause button, that would be it. Because for sure, it's either you're doing too much or too little. You know, how much are you allowing your child to dictate, or the coach or whomever else someone outside of your home to dictate what it is that's best for you and your family, in terms of your child. And I think that it is a sign of the times too, because these kids are so independent. A lot of times coaches get the impression that they can just reach out to the kid and not to the parents. But they don't get it it's not coming from nowhere. It's coming from the child. It's coming from just the misnomer that these kids are independent and can make their own decisions, when in fact it's like everything else in life. You need to be there for and with your child, especially through these big moments, when it can be life-changing, life-shaping. You don't have an opportunity as the parent to sit back and just wait for things to happen organically, because that's not really how it happens. You have to be involved. You have to be actively involved, and you also need to figure out as a pathway for your kid, what is it that the family has come to in terms of a decision to say, okay, these are the steps that we need to take, and then stay true to that, and not waver or let anyone from the outside influence decisions. So I think, when you can be strong with that, and it doesn't just happen with the sport, it happens all within their life. It depends on how much you are involved, and it's not just a momentary thing, it is a lifetime. And no matter how old they get, they're still your kids, and they have these big decisions to make, and you are still responsible. No matter how you feel, you are still responsible to make sure that they do the right thing that's going to be the best choices for them in life.
That's a beautiful thing. No matter how old you get, Wiz, you're still my son. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're live on Behind the Enemy Lines, IAXISRADIO. I'm the gatekeeper. That's my partner in crime.
WIZZ.
And we're live here, okay, with two sports moms, the fairly new organization that is interested in educating you and your child on the ins and outs of sports, academics, and just being a little more well-rounded. Can I say that? Well-rounded?
Yeah,
Well-rounded. I'm going to say that, okay?
Say so.
Yasmin is at the top, and we have Dr. Thomas on the bottom right there. If you have questions, like I said, we got the QR code. We're going to show it again. You can scan it, go on their website. They got a part where you can actually text them or email them directly for questions, right, ladies? Questions, and they answer, they'll get back to you, okay? They celebrating their first year. A lot of things going, a lot of good things going, you know what I mean? So make sure y'all get in touch with them, right? Two sports moms. I like what y'all got going on. If a parent is with a student athlete, but they have no direction, how would you guys notice it, and how would you step in to help?
We just had that situation.
Oh, really?
A young lady, apparently, for a few years of her life, was very interested in basketball. We were actually at an event where we were giving out our Ascender Care bags, and the young lady she stayed behind to ask questions because apparently she was out of the sport for a couple of years and she wanted to know how to get back into the sport. So just through a lot of questions, the biggest thing was us connecting with her mother. She had questions, we answered a few of them, but we felt it was very important to bring her mom into the conversation. So Yaz and I met with them just to get a sense of, yeah, this is what your daughter is looking for, but what are you looking for, Mom? And Mom got on the phone, she's like, I have 2 jobs. I don't have a whole lot of time to focus on sports with my daughter. She said, my priority is school. And as long as she's doing well in school, she can do the sports, but I really don't know much about it. So you saw that dynamic happening in that situation where the daughter's like, she's pulling us to the side saying, hey, I need an AAU team. I want to get back into the sport. I miss it, and you have a mom on the other hand who's saying, hey, what? No, that's not the priority here. And she said, by the way, I know nothing about basketball, basically. And it wasn't really her focus, and it wasn't her priority for her daughter. But I think what was great, you said it earlier, the holistic approach. We bring in the family. It's not about just talking to kids. Like, we can do that all day. But if you are looking for planning, if you're looking for real direction and future and how things should look, that child is attached to someone. If it's not a mom, it's not a dad, it's a grandma, it's someone. And it's so important to pull that individual in so that everybody is aware of the plan, not that we're giving you places to go to join teams. That's not what this is about. So we were able to do an assessment of the family, an assessment of what her mom's goal was and her daughter's. And I think we created a bit of a platform for the two of them to kind of see where each other was at, just in terms of that journey and how the daughter was really ready and the mom wasn't. But I believe we bridged a conversation that needed to happen, so that maybe they could come to a happy medium. And I think after that conversation, we found that there were some family members who could actually help, but the mom could still be involved, not physically all the time because of the 2 jobs, but at least she had an idea and could connect with another adult around that child. And I think that's an example of something very recent that just happened with us and pulling in family.
Yeah, I just to quickly add, through our programmatic trust, like we plan on doing some parent workshops coming up, and through the parent workshops, and you can listen, learn, create a community like that. We've also done, we have it where you can come on our website and you can click on and book a consultation if you have questions. I think there's parents that are on all spectrums. I can't tell you if a parent knows something and doesn't. Some parents know a lot and then they can always learn. And some parents don't know anything, but they wind up knowing more than they know. So only thing we do, we meet people where they are. And we meet them in all places. We meet them, of course, as Sabratha stated, through our activities, whether we're giving out our wellness products, or we have a clinic where we speak to young people there and we meet parents there. Or we just do videos and people respond to us on social media. So though there's so many ways to reach out, but I think we'll do something also more formalized by having parent workshops. We have a great deal of relationships and connections with parents who's also been successful in their children, and they're willing to tell their story, as well as people in the industry who's willing to share their experiences too.
Beautiful. Wiz, I think you had something before. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put the QR code up again, all right? So you can't say you don't have the information to reach out to them. You heard what the young lady just said. Some parents might know something, some parents might know nothing. It doesn't matter. You don't know until you reach out to them and find out, okay? All right, go on, Wiz.
But I think it's kind of dope what you're doing because a lot of parents, usually be a lot of single moms who got a star player or a player that's playing sports, or she's running track or playing baseball, basketball, and they make that sacrifice because they don't know the answers, and probably I think it's great that y'all have that consultation with them, and that they can ask questions, and it's so because you're the village right now. Because I was a coach for my son team. Because their life. I really didn't drive because I know it was something to do for the summer to keep them busy during the summer. I can't, but it's like a journey that you'll do with these kids. Like I wish that they see stuff like like you're doing the consultation, you do the meetings as far as you do the camps, like not the camps, but
our clinics.
And they can learn both.
Yeah, I mean our 6 areas. Just to add to that, Wiz, and shout out you being both of you guys for doing what you do. I was also a teen mom, so I totally get it. And so working in organized sports is very critical to be active. It's like being in the PTA. You being active in your right? So shout out onto that. And so our 6 areas, we really try to be mindful of how we work in our spaces. So the athletic division, athletic aspect is like we just actually introduced our athletic division called the 5th quarter, because we recognize probably some athletes don't want to put 2 sports mom stuff all on it. So we call it now 5th quarter. So that's our athletic part. So when you see us do our camps and our athletic stuff, you'll see 5th quarter part of 2 sports moms. The other part is other areas are community service and partnerships. That's when we partner with different organizations and other nonprofits, whether it's public service or just doing these activities that we do. We also do role model and mentorship, and that's where you see us working with different athletes, whether it's Taylor, whether it's Johnny, whether it's Cesar Ruiz. I mean, just highlighting other players that are doing things so athletes can see how it's done in real form. We also have parent consultation, as you heard. We do education awareness. And our last thing, but I think you've seen a lot of, is our wellness care and access area. And that's where we hand out our ACE bags and then our core bags. And our core bags are new because they're for our male athletes, and our ACE bags are for our female athletes.
Real nice, real nice. And you can add me to the player list if you want, man. I got 1 yard in me. You know what I mean? I don't got too much. I get one down. I get 1 yard, 1 yard. No pads though. No pads. Gotta go to work next week. Gotta go to work.
Hilarious.
And when you said book, a lot of people that might scare parents. When we hear book, we think pay. You guys are a non-for-profit organization, and can you explain what you mean by books so people don't think that means money?
Oh, they have parents have the opportunity to come on the website. We have a calendar up, and we will spend half hour. We try to keep it at a time, just so that we give enough of a platform for parents to ask questions. We do like a little bit of lead, just in terms of what the content is. We had a parent who wanted information about crew. So that we could best prepare ourselves and be connected to be able to connect that parent to resources. It gave us an opportunity to just kind of reach into our arsenal of things to be able to help that parent. So we don't charge for that. It's a consultation. It's a way for them to get that springboard into the information that they are seeking. And yeah, that's what we do. So it's a way that the resources are connecting the dots.
Great. I think one parent said also in one of the chats that this service that you guys are providing, can you bring that up again, Al? Someone said this service is good or a lot. Well, there's one of the comments up there. Just give me 1 second. But while he looks for that comment, I got another question, okay? Outside of the organization and the sports and all the work, we're getting a little too serious around here. It's still behind the enemy lines. We're going to get to the topic in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. 2sportsmoms.org. Go check them out. What is something you do outside of work and the organization that people wouldn't expect you to do? All right, we start with you, Yaz. What is something you do?
I line dance. I go
Oh,
line. I
okay.
have I'm in a line dance class um, every Tuesday, and I use my fan, but it's a really good workout. That's I love that. Yep.
All right, Doc.
So I'm a yoga instructor. I teach hot hit, vinyasa, as well as hot 26. It is a passion that I have. My company on that side is called Try Yoga, and it's an opportunity for individuals to try something that they probably have never thought of. And there are some people within the community who are avid yogis, but my goal is to reach out to individuals who struggle with just trying to find out where to begin. At my highest weight, I was 425 pounds.
Get out of here.
And I stepped on a yoga mat and have not looked back since. So I do consider yoga as part of medicine for myself and for others. There are so many benefits in it. And I love sharing that and being a resource as well as a guide, so much so that I'm certified in those areas to be able to teach. So I bring in a little of the physical and I bring in the mental, the balance, the flexibility, and all of the benefits of why yoga is so important. And I'm very passionate about it. So I can go on forever, but I won't.
All right. You got to add that to the website. Wiz, I'm gonna commit. All right, that's it. I'm gonna do some stretching and work on this thing. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna commit. Now, yes, we don't heard you say earlier that I think your other son was in the music, right? Now you wouldn't be holding out on us on the music. Was that by accident, or did you used to dibble and dabble in the music a little bit?
Yeah, I did. I did. Actually, it's funny because that actually was my life. I went to music and art. I did all that stuff, and I play classical piano, and that is my life. It's so funny that he took that part of my life. He took my music, and he's also into real estate. And like, for somebody that's it's funny because he's so independent, but he's doing exactly what I did. I don't tell him because I want him to keep doing it. But he's a music producer and he's an artist, and he's pretty incredible about it. And so he got that from us. We're a family of music, and yeah, that's it.
I heard you used to DJ too. You did the one and twos, the one and two.
I did. I still DJ. I do that for a hobby. DJ. I don't have a name. I think Al called me a couple of names. Yaski. I don't know what I was, but I love it. I love music. So I can listen to music, all types of music. It's instilled in our family. And so just to sit there and create and blend and cut and all that, I do it at home. But don't book me. Don't book me for anything. But I love music.
Me and Wiz started the idea here first. All right, they're gonna be on TikTok. Two sports moms, DJ yoga class together.
Love it.
Hilarious.
Brought it up. We really appreciate everything that y'all are doing. So what makes y'all approach at two sports moms different from like coaches, trainers, or other school programs?
Yeah, I think it's the lived experience that we have. That's the number one thing that makes us different. And because I think between both of us, we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of the different areas that parents are experiencing, and not, you can't say it's just about a specific sport. It's specifically just around a sports parent. So whether your child decides to go away to school, or your child decides to go to a public school, or your child decides to go to a parochial school, or your child decides to go to on a big stage or a small school, just all those different things, your transfer portal, NIL, all those financial literacy, you can name it. I think we've experienced it. And if we haven't experienced, we know somebody that can bring that resource to you. So I would say the lived experience within itself makes a big difference, because sometimes, you have a lot of coaches that haven't experienced it. They just sit around, they're just telling you what to do, or telling your kid what to do. And that's important to have because they have an instructional background. But to also have someone that's going through it, sometimes you need that person in your life that can give you some real guidance that way.
I truly agree to that.
Okay, don't judge me because when college football dropped, I was Oregon.
No, you should. You was in your right space.
But I remember your journey, so I said, "Let me." I had the support.
I love that.
My team though, but I was
no. Look, I mean, I think my son is listening. I told him to call in, so give him that love if he calls in. But
glad
I mean, it was that experience alone was great. But I mean, the what you can take from that is, look, we live on the East Coast. If you're having your child move to the West Coast to go to school, I mean, it was hard to look. You don't want to live with us? Like, what's up? You don't want to be on our side? Like you had to. It's hard to not take it personal, right? But
yeah,
it was a big deal, and I had to adjust to that. Can I still go to the games? Can I still see him? And I made it happen where I could, but I recognize a lot of parents can't do that, and so to have your child go away to a school that was over 3 different time zones, that was something to deal with. And to be able to trust that whatever you did, put in your child, instilled in your child, that he'll be able to still thrive is another part to that. And he was able to do that.
Yeah, we congratulate him on that
sacrifice. It was a beautiful sacrifice.
Beautiful thing. Reggie just said you're a jack of all trades. He said that to both of you ladies. You know, a lot of people, especially in New York.
He said Jackie. I do want to say it, Jackie of all trades.
We working on a spelling program. We're gonna get that up and running. That's why
the ladies, right.
They Giant fans. That happens.
Oh, see, shots fired. Shots fired. I think he's a Dallas fan. I'm quite sure. He walks around with a paddle.
Well, both of your ladies did a beautiful journey of sacrifice, and this in your program, it's all about teaching these parents that sacrifice and investing in your child's future. Great as that.
Yeah, and I think that investment is also realizing that the programs are not a daycare. Don't just go drop off your kid and just be oblivious to what's going on. And I think Yasmin said it before. No, I think Doctor said it before. But the other parent, when she couldn't be there, they got in touch with another adult that connected, that can be there. These kids are not fully grown, independent. I know we say they are. We like to see them do things on their own, but having someone that's A, there that they trust and love, B, that understands some of the things that they're saying, and when they don't understand, they say, hold on, we're not going to sign this just yet. We're not going to do this just yet. Let me run this over with some new things or new people that understand the terminology and what was going on. Because in 1998, when I was graduating, I didn't understand the pile of deck of cards I was really under, and not having your parents there made a difference. Being a kid coming from New York made a difference. They didn't care how many yards you have. I didn't know what prototypical was. I didn't know I had to be a certain height, a certain weight. I just thought, hey, I'm doing good over here. Nobody wants me. That's how the kids feel. You know what I mean? And to understand that, hey, a D3 could be just as powerful as a power 5. You know, don't think there's a lot of stuff that was just thrown at me as a freshman going into college that I didn't understand. JUCO, transferring, losing partial scholarship, full scholarship. You know, so now these type of conversations that y'all are having with these parents is needed. This outlet is needed. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Behind the Enemy Lines. We're here with 2 sports moms. Make sure y'all check them out. Okay, brand new, as I can say, organization. 2 years in. This will be second year, right? Second year of many years of what they're gonna be doing, helping y'all with education through athletics with your student athletes and parents. You know, being united together as one. The phone lines are open if you want to call in. We also have the chat box. We're gonna read y'all some things. Yeah, I know we want to talk about the relationship stuff, but we're gonna get to that. This is more important, all right? Slow down. We're going to talk about the word swap later. We'll ask Al if we can extend some things, all right? I'm not in a rush to get over this. Because I done seen too many kids slip through the cracks.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not just that everybody thinks you have to be talented to make it. A lot of times it's about hard work, a plan, like you guys said, a plan and an understanding of where that person wants to go. So you might just use the sports just to get that degree in psychology, just to get that degree in doctorism, just to get that degree in music or whatever, and then change your whole career. It don't gotta be, oh, I just play sports for the rest of my life. So I like the message that you guys are putting out. And for the people that have forgot, can you tell them what your mission statement is again, please?
Yeah, it's equipping parents with the tools to support their student athlete in their journey, basically. And
Mhm.
our tagline is connecting opportunities to student athletes and resources to their families. Um, I just want to say first, again, I'm really proud of your daughter. And when we spoke to her offline, and she said she didn't want to do sports and she wanted to be a therapist. And I just want to say that there are a lot of young people out there that have learned so many life skills from sports, whether it's leadership, whether it's teamwork, whether it's communication. All those things matter in whatever a student athlete wants to do in their life. And you learn that as a parent, right? You learn you can't talk to each child the same way. You learn that you got to parent accordingly, and that's all a part of teamwork. And one of our program and one of our initiatives that we have, and we're always looking for more partners and more collaborations, is our ACE bags, short for Essential Care Essentials. And our ACE bags are specifically for our female student athletes, where we go to a school. So far, we've been to 5 different schools, and shout out to them. You can go on our Instagram page, Two Sports Moms, to see them. But the ACE bags are really for our female athletes that, at the end of their females, they're young women. They have their cycles. And sometimes they may not have all their sanitary items in with them when it happens. And so we give out these bags, and there's sanitary items. In addition, there's comfort essentials that go with them. It's really cute and really cool. And we go and we present, and they start off with, yeah, whatever, why they here, why we got to be here. And then by the end, when they get these bags and they see how much value they bring and how much they're loved, they love it. And I think we've given maybe about 200 so far to these young ladies, and we want to give out more. So if you are in a school or a team, feel free to reach out to us, because we'll do that. And we also have an opening for core bags, and the core bags, we're about to launch that, but mainly they're for our male athletes. And the male athlete isn't critical because it's about character, opportunity, responsibility essentials, and understanding that they're responsible for their character and who they are, and decision making is critical. And a lot of times we don't hold our athletes accountable.
Yes.
Sometimes we just don't want to make little Ray mad. So we don't do anything, and we just say anything and let them do whatever they want. But there's some tough love in what we do. But we're always looking for more athletes, more partnerships and collabs to work with us so we can share our products.
That's a beautiful thing, and I like the idea of that. I like how you broke down core, and I like ACE, and we're gonna do whatever we can to help push out the word and continue to spread and connect the dots. Like I said, some people like to hide in the back, knowing that they could, benefit and also learn from a situation, but they wait until Lil Ray is too far to fix.
Yeah.
Lil Ray is too far to fix. I remember that happened to me when I first started coaching, right? Youth sports. And they put me with the wildest team. It was like not the Mighty Mites, not the ones that are in high school. They put me in that middle age where nobody wanted because they didn't listen to nobody. So I went, and he gave me this thick playbook and said, we're going to learn these plays. And I looked at these kids. They didn't want to get online. They ain't learn about the whistle. They didn't want to do that. Of course, this is when I was about 300 pounds lighter, okay? So 300 pounds lighter. So I said, you know what? For the first 2 weeks, I had those kids. All we did was run, and I was running them with them. 2 lines and run. And then the parents came and said, "You ain't run one play today. You ain't do this today." I said, if they can't listen, then there's no point in trying to get that in there. Do you know by the time we started playing, I had the most organized players and they was doing the most. People that were in positions that wasn't, I was moving them. Like certain parents want their kids to be the quarterback. He excels at wide receiver. Why are we forcing him to be a quarterback? That's where that education comes in. Like you said, stop thinking this is going to work for you. What about what's going to work for him? The two ladies have a good program, but do they allow parents who don't have kids but want to work alongside? I guess he wanted to say a lot alongside you guys. Someone asked that in the comments. You want to answer that?
Yeah, it takes a village. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have to be a parent, right? We just have experience because we are parents, but it's not excluding anybody. I think if anybody, when we have our events, anybody wants to come and help, yeah, we could definitely use volunteers. It's not exclusive at all.
All right, Salt Man. So you got your answer to that, Salt Man. Don't be hiding. Get out there. So to finish the story, like I said, you need those other people that are involved to help structure that organization, structure those kids, and give them an opportunity. So by the time they get in high school, they can see their value and hopefully avoid some of those potholes that can lead them to other places. Once again, we're here with Two Sports Mom. All right, make sure y'all go and check them out. We got the scanner, right? Everybody should already scan them. They better get about 700 hits before the night is out, all right? Everybody in New York that's struggling, you ain't got no excuse, man. They ain't got no excuse. They got no excuse, all right? If a parent is listening right now and feels, I would say not like that, but how can I say this without saying, no, you know what? We're going to leave that one alone. Because like you said, they might not know, they might know. All right. If you don't, just text them and y'all can have a private conversation. I'll leave it at that. But if a parent is listening right now and feels they want to reach out to you and like you don't get right back to them right away. Because a lot of times when people feel like, I think in today's way things go, if they don't get message right back or phone call right back, they get discouraged. What would you be your advice to them with that?
I have to say, Yasmin is very responsive. She does get back. I mean, if they're trying to get to our organization with any questions, but I feel like, in this microwave society, it is hard when you're looking for that answer and you're pressing and you don't want to go to the chat GPT or any of these other sources that might lead you in a wrong direction. Sometimes the patience, it helps so that you're prepared fully and authentically to be able to receive whatever information it is that you're looking for. So while you might be in that rush, sometimes you just have to you have to take a minute. This is where my yoga comes in. You have to breathe. You have to make sure you have to make sure that your energy does not overshadow the outcomes that you're looking for. So I think if they just pause, it'll come to them. Doesn't mean don't be aggressive. And you asked this question earlier, and I know we kind of touched on it, but what makes us different? And I believe that the thing that makes us different is we do approach this from a holistic standpoint. So I saw Shadid ask the question or said it's not just about the student athlete, but it's also about the parents. We recognize that, but it's also about the coaches. So we give love to the coaches. We recognize and shout out the kids, the community around that student athlete, because we recognize that everyone needs the support in order to be able to move things forward. So I think what makes us different than just like coaches or trainers, we pull back the lens and we're able to see a bigger picture. So you'll see on our website, there are some months where we are highlighting different sports things related to sports, like ACL tears. What
Right.
is that? How does a person sustain that? And we give not from we're not the experts in those areas, but we recognize that these are things that impact our athletes, right? So it helps by us putting things out there like that, and we take that into consideration. People want to know, and sometimes they don't have the questions to ask. However, we try to anticipate what's coming up. We did a whole segment on our website in relation to just preparing that student athlete for school. and for the opportunities of when, making sure you have your transcripts in order, making sure you have everything that you need so that when preparation meets opportunity, you're good to go. And now you don't have to get ready because you're already ready. But we sit back and try to.
Hold on one second, Doc. Don't lose that thought because we got a caller. Caller, you're live on Behind the Enemy Lines. You're with Gatekeeper Wiz and Two Sports Mom. Who's this?
Hey.
The real deal.
We can't hear. Who is it? I can't hear anything.
It's your son from the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, thank you, Miss Mom, and she's so proud of you. Oh man, congratulations, man. So happy for everything you got going on for you. I wish you the best.
You ain't even a Cowboys fan. I don't even know why you talking. We can't hear. I wish I could hear it.
All right. We appreciate you for calling in. We'll definitely tell them their audio they can't hear, so she'll have to hear the show later on to hear what you're saying. But can you we ask you one question before you go? What's your biggest advice given to an athlete out there that's trying to get to their goal line and success point? Amazing. I know I gotta let Wiz ask one question, or she's gonna have a heart attack. Go ahead, Wiz. Go ahead, Wiz.
I just want to say I saw your journey, and I appreciate that you got drafted. I'm saying I saw your journey from Rhode Island to Oregon, which I played on college football.
He did.
And for me to sit by a Cowboy fan that he wants to be a Cowboy fan because he's about to cry. And I appreciate you for calling because you know what? A Dallas Cowboy teammate called. I'm saying I'm so proud. I'm lost for words.
I'm lost for words.
No Giants ever call. So I can brag now.
I don't have no problems with that. I want to say congratulations. And are you going into your second season, right?
Yeah, I just finished my rookie year.
What was the biggest surprise you had going through football in your first year in the pros?
The biggest surprise I had probably just adapting to the schedule. It's a little different. We did a lot more free time in the offseason. Sorry about the noise.
Oh no, that's all right. That's all right.
You did a lot. Yeah, for sure. But just adapting to the schedule, it wasn't too hard. But once you get the hang of it, it's football, and we got a great team with the Dallas Cowboys. I love the coaches, and all the players treated me well. So I was well adjusted. Once I got used to the schedule and everything, because it's a real job, and but it's what you love to do. So I'm grateful for that. I appreciate you saying that you kept up with my journey and seeing where I am now. So I really appreciate that.
Well, we want to thank you. We them boys. We're not gonna hold you too long, and we thank you for the call. Like I said, we send a lot of love to your moms and also Dr. Thomas for what they're doing and what they're trying to do in the Northeast. And they said, "Why am I talking? Why am I being so happy?" Football players root for each other, and I'm a ball player. I didn't get to your status. I didn't get to play in college, but I'm a football player through and through. So when the jerseys come off, we support each other like a fraternity that nobody will understand if you don't play the game. We have a real love for each other.
Absolutely.
So congratulations on your journey. I can't wait to see you in Canton and keep doing amazing things, all right?
Yes.
I appreciate that, man. That's real love, and exactly, man. And big shout out to Two Sports Moms. Make sure you guys are following them and keeping up with everything that they're doing in the community. And thank you guys.
We appreciate you. Thanks for calling in, man. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Love.
I'm about to cry.
Bye.
I'm sorry, ladies, y'all couldn't hear the audio, but
We just heard it. We just heard it a little bit.
Okay, we sorry. But y'all, we look at WIZZ, man. I can't go on now. I can't go on now. What do you want from me?
It's a pleasant surprise.
But oh man, I'm at a loss for words, man.
Not for nothing. My son flew me out on my 50th birthday to watch the Dallas Cowboys. I went to that stadium.
Oh wow.
I went to Dallas on my 50th birthday.
Okay.
Excellent. Right before COVID.
I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm at a loss for words, man. It's a beautiful thing.
You become a Dallas Cowboy fan?
No, I'm not that lost. I'm not that lost. I found my way back. I'm not that lost. I said it's a fraternity of ball players. You know what I mean? What do you ultimately want families to take away from Two Sports Moms after they work with you guys or have your organization come through? What do you want them to take away? What do you want the kids to take away? What do you want the people to take away from you guys?
Yes, brother. I can
We would love for because we are pouring into and giving back and reaching back and pulling people up. We want that spirit, the spirit of that to continue. I don't think we share enough. And I feel like, when you learn something, when you know something, it's okay to share. No one's going to take away what you know or take away your opportunity, but it's equally as important for you to get the lesson as it is for you to share. So I would love it if the work that would continue the work that we're doing. If people were just selfless and able to just see the bigger picture to make all of this better. To make everyone coming through the ranks of what we go through, make it an easier, wider, smoother road for those who are coming behind.
Nice.
Could you repeat the question one more time for me?
What do you want families that you work with, and also the children to ultimately take away from what Two Moms is after they work with you guys?
Yeah, just Sabrata said it all. I would just add that I just want them to be more open for advice and taking and receiving support. I think when you speak to parents, it's specifically to some constituencies like single moms, asking for help may be hard.
Right.
And that shouldn't limit the child because you don't want to ask for help. And so start forming your core, your circle. You should have somebody in your circle that is could help you, like driving, or could pick up your kid if you can't be there, or maybe have someone in your circle that's been there before, like your go-to person. Like if you don't understand a call, I could call Gatekeeper, say, what does two down mean? What does that mean? Or have somebody in your circle that can help out with school work, with academics. Just start spreading your team, your circle, and not being afraid to ask. And also call on Two Sports Moms for help, basically.
Once again, we are watching Behind Enemy Lines, IAXISRADIO. We're here with Two Sports Moms, Yasmin and Dr. Thomas. I can interview you guys forever because this is just, it's just so much information and so much more I could take from you guys. So we're gonna have part 2, part 3, okay, part 4. We want updates. We want you to send stuff in, and I'm gonna say it right now, WIZZ. Whether you agree or not, all right, we're going to partner with you guys in some way. Because, like I said, I have no, because you be getting funny sometimes. You be flaking out. He like the old man.
Yeah, we're gonna have some events and stuff, and you guys can be a part of it and help share the word.
Yeah, you know, sometimes he be saying he gonna do stuff, and then he go home and fall asleep on the couch.
Oh no, that's not true about Wiz. Don't do Wiz like that.
I said, Gabe, you quiet.
But I had something going on, so I would have been there. But we at you already, Yaz, you was already IAXIS family. Yeah. Now, Doc, you're IAXIS family beyond Phoenix. So you know what I'm saying, behind the enemy lines. Whenever I need an interview or something, reach out. Like I said, I got another organization, Better Green Entertainment, that I'm gonna try to connect things and work things. I just like that family feel, and that's one thing. Like I said, today was our first time even being at the high school for them leadership. But my wife was rooting for people we don't even know. We just screaming out names because they with the team. That's the type of parents we are. We want to be engaged. We want to be involved. And like I said, we want our kids to feel the village again.
Yes. Always big on village.
So just like your son just said, he's very proud of you. And Doctor, congratulations. Y'all have done an amazing job. We look to want to continue to share y'all story. So congratulations on the 1 year anniversary, 1 of 1 million. Yes. All right. So keep going, keep working hard, and whatever we can do, let us know. Yeah. And I'm gonna do vice versa. Was there anything that you feel was a highlight that I missed? Because like I said, there's so much information in there. I could go on for another 3 hours.
Well, just make sure I think we put our phone number up. To the point if someone wanted to call, they can call us. Thank you.
Okay.
That's our website, and our number is 917-409-7472. So they can call that number, or they could text it, and then you can go on our social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook. And I want to say, look, we love sports and we love our children. More importantly, I would love to hear your take on March Madness, because that's where I'm about to go. I'm about to go watch these games, and it's been incredible. My bracket has been good so far. Everybody that won should have won on my bracket, these moments again. When you win, but just take a look and show love to the teams that are not moving beyond 2, because those young men and women, it's a tough time for them, because you've been on the stage, and even though this team may not be your team, but those kids still play their hearts out, and that's when they also need support. They need, the love is going to be there for the winners, right? But for the ones that didn't make it to the next level, the love is still going to be neat there. That we should be shouting out our St. John's, our UConns, our Texas, all the other teams, our LIUs, especially the New York teams that made it through, Hofstra. But you just also be mindful of because they're human beings, and be mindful as a fan base is what we put in social media, because they read it, and so and sometimes we're, as parents, we're the ones that's only there with our kids after it's all said and done. You all love these kids when they're doing great, but sometimes when they don't do great, or the best that you want them to be, we're there for them through thick and thin. So just be sensitive to that. I would leave with that.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point, because you have to remind them. And like I said, my daughter said, "You're just saying this because you're my dad." No, I'm not. I'm really serious that you still did good. You know what I mean? And this is not just with my youngest daughter. This started with my oldest daughter. You know what I mean? I was a team with a kid. You know what I mean? So even being an athlete with a kid at 17, 18 years old, that dynamic, a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of things that's going on behind those doors that need support. So you might not have made it to the Elite 8 this year, you know what I mean? But just making it where you are and you're leaving healthy, you could come into another year. These conversations are very, very important. And I think the casual fan don't even understand what you just said. You know what I mean? Because they're not skin deep in it like we may be as parents, and realize that, hey, don't jump on him because he only had 3 points, but he averaged 30. we have our ups and downs, but like I said earlier, these are all learning lessons that you carry outside of life, and that's what I really loved about sports. And I told somebody that the other day. I said, if I had it to do over again, I might leave it as a choice, but I will force you to play some sport. I don't care what it is, badminton, tabletop tennis. It don't matter, because some of the lessons that they might not get from you, they get from that activity, if that makes sense. So I agree with you. Be very, very mindful. Very, very mindful. Very mindful.
In life, you gotta learn.
Yeah, because my discipline allows me to get along with you. I ain't choking yet.
To me,
Oh, please.
Oh,
we got a love-hate relationship.
But for
Oh,
me,
it's all good.
be supportive of anything your child does.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We always talk about a village. Because back in the days, we had the PAL, where they used to come snatch you, play baseball for NYCHA and all that. So we don't have that no more. So your outlet giving parents like, okay, I can give him or her something busy to do. I'm gonna put them in sports so they can see and learn. Even if it might not be the passion, like they say, a lot of times they can use that as a dress hole to go to college to learn stuff.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a bigger
Chris Paul
plan.
went back and got his master's.
Mhm.
A lot of players went back to school to get their degree, even though they were successful in sports. But after sports, you have to have something else to fall back on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find them. Two sports moms. All right. You got the phone number, you got the information, and you're gonna be able to find it on IAXIS Radio as well.
The Dallas Cowboy team player call.
Yes.
Johnny
That,
Cornelius.
that would be a good number to call. Yeah, I got the phone number. All right. These two awesome ladies. Yasmin, thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge. Dr.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I sent it to Al, but I just wanted to share, if I could use your platform just to share, my girlfriend's grandson is autistic, and he's been missing for about a week. His name is Amir Curtis. So if you could just put the word out at the end of the show, I sent the flyer to Al, and just to share to Amir that we love him, and come home, basically.
Sure, we sure will. I work with adults with disabilities, so I definitely will. That's my daytime job, and I know how important that is to be able to reach them. Wow, yes, we're definitely gonna do that. So thank you again, Yas, for coming on. All right, thank you again,
My
Dr.
pleasure.
for coming on. And like I
Thank
said,
you.
we are new partners in this, Wiz. We in this, right? I know you
My pleasure.
talking about something, Claude. What you doing over there, Claude? What you doing
See
over
you
there?
later. I'm looking forward to listening to the word swap. So I'll stay on. I'll keep watching it while I'm going where I'm going. But thank you so much. Behind enemy lines, you guys are doing a great job. You guys have been staying true. You standing true to it. You real media gurus right there. And I think we're honored. I think we're going to show this YouTube on our website, right? I think this has been great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I'm serious. I'm gonna be following y'all, and I'm gonna be staying in touch. Whether it's out of sport, I just might be bother you someday. Just see what's going on. My new big sisters, y'all, my new big sisters. I'm taking y'all
Are
along.
you a sports dad? So you're going to be a part of it. Absolutely. You're a
Yes.
sports dad.
Absolutely.
Oh! Don't tell my wife. That means we can have another baby. Thank you.
Take care.
Love that.
All
right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to a video. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna have some word swaps. When you swap like for what's the word you want to swap for like? Tired. I like when he takes me out to dinner every Friday. I'm tired of going out to dinner with him every Friday.
Hate.
What?
I put hate. I hate that.
You hate it?
I hate the way
You hate it?
I use like
You hate the way you used to love the way I breathe, the way I snore,
the way you chew,
the way I chew.
Like,
Now
oh,
you
chew
like so
this,
sexy.
like that. Now it's hate.
Now it's hate. Ladies and gentlemen, Behind the Enemy Lines, a podcast where we talk about relationship from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. And we got proof. We had two moms on just now. We got proof we don't exclude the ladies. We coming back. We gonna go into the topic right after this video. Word swap, okay? When like is replaced in the relationship, is that when you start having problems? Is that when you start hitting potholes? Is that when the relationship breaks up? Is that when you start having a good time? We're going to get to that, okay?
That's when the batteries go dead.
Yeah, that's when the batteries go dead. Yep.
I'm saying you don't want the game too much before you going to play the game when you go home.
Yep.
Now you be like, you play on the game too much.
Before she bought you the game system, now she's pouring water on it, man. You know what can happen out here, okay? So after this video, we're going to get into that, and then we're going to get into our Chucky's Cut A1, okay, Sirens. We got a video.
Stress, my gaze, my heart, the strange pains that I guess, my hair craziness, lipstick scribbled on my legs, eyes bloodshot, not in pain, feeling my emptiness. SOS, hello. One last swing, turn it up, bottom of the bottle. Sanity leaving me, collapsing on the front porch, sailing down by the river. Candy clouds round my head, birds chirping. I want that gumbo red, earth to me. Follow that one night now, no. My head dropping, my brain chest, my vision hazy, body aching, my hands against my chest, they pushing me down. I'm pleading, so one last swing, turn it up, bottom of the bottle. Sanity leaving me, collapsing on the front porch, sailing down by the river. Help me, thought I was dead and gone, but universe, Ricky God kept me here to run fast. I see the white light and trumpets blazing, but I wasn't meant to flatline. I rise again. 'Cause I got gifts and purpose. Bring me back to life. Bring me back to life. Every time I think about it, I cry. One last sweet, turn it up, bottom of the bottle. Sanity leaving me, collapsing on the front porch, sailing down by the river. Oh, I'm traveling.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, behind the enemy lines, man. We down by the river right now. It's time to get a little wet. It's time to shake things up a little bit, okay? That was vocals by Jamel, if you don't know, okay? By the river, you can find that song live streaming right now. Go download it, spin it, play it. Let's make it happen, all right? Now it's time to go into the topic, ladies and gentlemen. We don't care about the time, okay? Two Moms was on, okay? We had to take our time with that. You know what I mean? We had double the dose of knowledge right there. You couldn't rush that, all right? But we're going to get into it, okay? Word Swap. It used to be a famous game. I don't even know if that game is still out right now, Word Swap. Is that game still out? I don't know, but sometimes they would have words like car, automobile, cash, money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they do stuff like that, and then they win a prize. Now, think about the word swap you could be dealing with at home that might be getting you a good prize or a really bad prize. You know what I mean? When like is no longer You know what I'm saying? The experience that the partner is going through, right? When they change that word like, because you know how it was when you liked the girl. How much effort did you put in?
A lot.
A lot. When you stop liking that girl, how much effort did you put in?
None.
None. That could be happening to
Full
you.
energy.
All right, the full energy. If you got in a relationship and you could be married or you could be dating for a couple of months and yo, it was good in February. Now we here in April and she can't stand me. Let me tell you a secret. She might not like you no more.
Saying.
He might not like you no more. And how does that affect the relationship? Is that really a problem? Okay. A lot of people aren't in love problems. They're in like problems. You ever thought about that?
You should take them to Sammy's. Now you just go to
Taco Bell.
Fisherman Cove.
Taco. Get a fish taco from Taco Bell. They don't even have it. Get a taco from Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, okay, cheating isn't always about sex.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes it's about the other person just not liking you no more. And the other person that's getting your quality time, okay, they like that person again.
Yeah. It's emotional cheating.
Think about this, Wiz. Think about this. You've had people that said that I love my men, so I stay.
My man.
I love my woman, so I stay.
My woman.
But I don't like them. And if you don't like me, am I going to get the best of you? That's what I'm asking today. If I come in and you still like how many times I called you, girl, he be calling me all day. He stay on my hip. He stay on my jet.
No, you hang up the phone.
You hang up the phone. I hang up the phone.
No.
You hang up the
I'm
phone.
like, yo,
no, we both hang up the
I'll
phone.
call you right back, all right?
All right. And now it's like this. Why he always spying on me? Oh, like turned into spying. Why he always sweating me?
Why you turned up your location?
Okay. For you new jacks out there, yeah, location, because that's the new stuff right there, location. So what's the new word for when somebody's on you a lot? You know what I'm saying? What they call that, Kaiser? What they call that? What's the news word when a person is on you too much? Were they on your body? They used to call it on your body. What's they used to call that?
They used to say sweating you.
Sweating you. See, those are all word swaps that all of a sudden change.
Yeah, what they say now, Kaiser?
What they say now? Because the trajectory, we need to be in the new, you know what I'm saying? As well as the old, you know what I mean? You on my body, you on my neck, you on my time. I think they say you clocking me. I think they say you clocking
get off
me.
my bra strap. Or
You
like, back
clocking
in
me.
the days
You know what I'm
used to say
saying?
that? Yeah.
You used to like me, you know what I'm saying?
Huh?
But now you used to like me spending extra
Clocking.
time on you. Now you say I'm clocking you.
Clocking.
So how do you treat me since you don't like me clocking you? Am I getting the good stuff? And here's the funny thing. I thought, right, that if a person loves you, it should be better. Could that be true or wrong, Wiz?
Yeah, from right here. To
Because
yeah, all right.
certain people will love you and still hurt you. They will love you and still do you wrong. They will love you. I don't think I like love no more, Al. I don't think I love no more. Because the spinner said, love don't love nobody. That's what they said in the song, right, Al?
Mm-hmm.
So if the spinner said, love don't love nobody, I'm thinking that because you like me, you're sticking around, so you love me, so things are supposed to go better. But yet when I'm in the gentleman's club with my cigar, you know what I'm saying? Me and my boys is talking. I'm like, I don't want to go home. Things ain't right
Love don't live here
anymore. Why is that? Is that because she fell out of like with you, Wiz? Talk to me, Wiz.
Yeah.
Did she fall out of like with
Yeah,
me?
because you know what happened was that emotion joint,
Mhm.
the power went out. Could you restore that emotion?
I wonder, could you restore that? I thought you could, but there's certain words that I would have never thought in 2026. Like, I don't know when the last time I liked something, but my power of love kept me going. But did my power of love just become comfortability? Word swap. Did my power of love, was that just fear? Love swap. Word swap. That's what we talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the word swaps that you don't know that is happening, keeping you in an unhappy and unsuccessful relationship? Is it? And we talking male or female. And it should be, hold on, Wiz. I know we say, oh, you always just bringing up the negative time. Wiz like, yeah, I'm going to be on the couch. I'm going to be quiet. There's positive wordplay too, ladies and gentlemen. The word swap don't just got to be negative. So I'm challenging you, ladies and gentlemen, because y'all the second part of this, okay? Y'all can call in. The number's open right now, 914-719-6917. We want to know the truth. When you fell out of like, did you also fall out of love? Did you also fall out of relationship? Did you also fall out of caring? Did you? When you was in love, was it because you still liked the person so much that you went the extra mile? Was it because you cared so much you went the extra mile? Do you only care when you like?
I have to draw a flag on you.
Throw a flag.
Because
no, we gotta come up with something else because somebody else on the podcast they already got flags. So what we gonna do? We gotta have something else.
I'm saying I gotta call timeout.
Timeout. Okay, we give them a timeout until we figure this out. Timeout.
Because you know why?
Why?
Because the simple fact is, you can file all of that, but they still care.
Could you care for me but don't like me?
Yeah.
What kind of relationship I'm gonna have if you care for me but you don't like me?
That. I care for them, but we can't be together.
Those are the ones that have the work husband. Those are the ones that are getting lunch and they bring it to someone else because they're staying for you for another reason. Is it because they're comfortable? Is it because you're good at covering the rent? Is it because you're a provider for them to get back and forth somewhere? Is it because you're good at fixing something in the house? You don't like me, then why are you with me? That's what I'm asking.
She's smelling good or he's smelling good going to work.
For somebody else.
And when y'all go out, you don't put that cologne that you like on.
So y'all can put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. And I got a couple, okay? So I used to like when you rub my feet because, you know, that was my thing. I told you when we was on our speed date that I like to rub my feet. No, watch this. Now, girl, I tolerate him rubbing my feet. Like them with the tolerate.
You just did the swap on me.
That's the swap.
That's the swap.
That's the swap.
Show that. You did the swap.
I did the swap.
Time out. He did the swap. He did the swap.
How many of y'all in a relationship where you don't like, but you tolerate? And why are you tolerating it still? Why you ain't leave?
Don't be quiet.
Don't get quiet now. Why you ain't leave? I'm going to be honest. I was uneducated about my feelings.
We got pillows on the couch.
We got pillows on the couch, all right? We got cigars too. You know what I'm saying? We got Jesus juice and we got unJesus. With Easter being here. We can give you the one that ain't got no wine in it. You know what I'm saying? Why are you just tolerating the situation? And if you're just tolerating it, can it be fixed? Wiz asked that earlier. Can it be fixed, Wiz? Huh?
Not if the emotion is gone.
But what do you mean by gone, Wiz? I need more than that. What do you mean?
If the emotion,
if you liked me at one
she's
point,
tolerating you.
How does it just become gone?
If she's settling like this, she's waiting for a breakthrough.
Your second chance said it for the benefit. Like became benefit. Like became comfortability. Are you cheating the game because you're benefiting on me? So now you're telling me I'm getting scammed. I'm getting scammed. Benefit. You just taking the benefit of a good woman, of a good man, and then here I am, 70 years old, and I'm out here.
Also about
burnt out.
It's hard out there to find an apartment by yourself.
So the New York rent is gonna make you take advantage of me. Move to another state. Don't take advantage of a person. Go down south, and you just gotta go a little bit slower. Go down slow. Today's topic, you see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Word swap. What are some other word swaps that are using out there that y'all know y'all using or y'all feel might be getting used on y'all? Tolerate. You heard comfortability. You heard benefit. If you're benefiting on a person, is that a good enough reason to stay in a relationship? Is that a good enough reason?
The word, like when you ask, yo, so my boy be like, yo, see his girl, right? His girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
My boy's girlfriend. Yo, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
How's Daryl doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess replace. Oh, when they liked you, oh, he's doing good.
He's doing excellent.
I'm on my way to take care of him. Yeah, he gonna get that ooh ah. Ting walla walla bing bang. You ain't getting that no more. I guess. Word swap, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta know this because it might be being done to you, okay? let's go with another one. Okay. Stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Are you stagnant as an individual? You know what I mean? So you're faking because you're stagnant as an individual. I used to like doing X, Y, Z. Now I'm just going through the motion. Going through the motions is stagnant. What is going through the motions in a relationship? Can anybody tell me what going through the motions is in a relationship?
Going through a motion is like a schedule. It's a schedule. It's a
Schedule.
Going through the motion.
Word swap. Go ahead. I like how you did that.
Going through the motions.
Uh-huh.
Because the simple fact is, okay, he's gonna come home. We didn't have sex in a certain day. He might want it. So I'm gonna give it to him so he can leave me alone.
Leave me alone replaced like, ladies and gentlemen. Do you even enjoy it when you're just getting it and you know that the other person doesn't like what they're doing?
It's like
at that
going to
point in
work.
time?
A lot of people don't want to go to work. I'm
Well,
saying
there's some people that love their job.
some people don't. A lot of people. Some people don't like to go to work.
I want to love my job in the relationship. If my relationship is a job, I want to like it. I want to appreciate it. What?
This relationship is too much.
Work. Like got replaced with work. How many of y'all out there feeling like your relationship is work? Should a relationship feel like a job?
Because you're not putting no effort.
Effort. Another word. Word swap. Effort. Effort.
Try.
There you go. So, is there a positive word for effort that you could put in there that could flip that? Is there a positive word? Maybe admire, respect. If I go from like to admire and respect, hello, we talking to them behind the enemy line.
But I'm just saying, so they respect you, but they still have a work husband or work wife.
I think you can always have a work husband and work wife. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the boundaries that you cross. If you respect the person, you're not gonna cross certain lines. Shout out to Davon Franklin in the building. Make sure y'all check out Community Megabytes. Davon, man, we talking about word swap right now. I need to know when like is taken out in a relationship. She used to like the smell of your cigars when you came in.
Now she don't even like it.
Now,
can you take that outside, please?
Yeah, what happened? When you lose the word like in a relationship, is that when you start having problems? Is there a positive word swap and is there a negative word swap? Now, another thing I wanted to ask was, and I want y'all to tell me too, do you think those word swaps are being picked up from the people that are surrounding the person when they're going through what they're going through? Because we just talked about it on Two Sports Moms. Like the community is very important in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a community in the relationship. Hello?
Yes.
The guys talk to the guys and the girls talk to the girls. So if they all throwing around negative words, how easy it is for your partner to pick up something negative?
Because you got to understand, think about it. If you got a village, I mean, I'm not going to say village on this one. I'm gonna just say
A tribe,
a community
that
likes you and for y'all to work, they're going to do everything. And it's like, no, okay, you tripping. Or no, dude, well, come on, dude. Oh, they're not going to co-sign on anything negative about that relationship. You're going to have that one person that be like, man, you best believe it.
Some people be waiting to jump off the ledge anyway, man. I think you got those.
That one crack. It's be like
that one
crack in that window.
That one crack. So hold on. So if you need that one to just break the whole thing, that means there's a lot of little micro fractures that's already there.
Oh, but I'm saying they need that as an excuse. They need a scapegoat.
Excuse, or let's do a word swap for excuse. Intent. Their intent was to get out the relationship from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So when you sitting there sobbing, going through it, now male or female could be sobbing. See, and that's another thing that people don't like to talk about. Men go through it when the breakup happens, man. You know what I mean? We might show it a different way, but we go through it. So the intent was for them to get out anyway. So they just needed. That was the part of the plan.
To give you the waiver?
Yes, they was looking to get traded. They was hoping for the waiver. Then they got hit like Crosby. Hold on, you got two torn ligaments. Go back. They got to the other side. It was like, hold on, you got to go back. You ain't no good over here.
My whole thing is they feed off like it's the vetting
Mm-hmm.
to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, when you vet, Tell your side of the story too.
Venting is fine. Everybody vents. I mean, we're all human. We all have. We all. But sometimes you don't even got to hear all the stories. I think you got to have real people that surround you where you can have higher frequency conversations. I think that's what we need to start happening when it comes to relationships, right? Because a lot of times you got to be listening as a listener. You got to be a good listener too and see where you at in this conversation. You know your peoples. Did they come to you because they really want advice? Did they come to you because they really want to event? Did they come to you because they really want to grow? Did they come to you because they need your support so they can say, yo, Wiz told me to do that. That's why I did it.
They trying to put me on the couch?
They're trying to put you on the couch. Word swap, ladies and gentlemen. We're swapping words. When the word like comes out of it, you know how you treated that man when you really liked him. What happened? You know how you treated that girl when you really liked her. What happened? You mean to tell me nobody in the chat has gone through that, Al? Nobody? When like was gone, they felt a certain type of way? Let's do another word swap. Okay, like for needy. You know what I'm saying? I used to like when he asked me to borrow my car. Girl, this needy. He always got to have my car. Always got to be in my house. Always. When did we go to needy? I thought you liked that I depended on you.
Want.
I thought you liked when I wanted your stuff. What happened? Oh, we got a comment there, Al? Is that a comment? What happened? Word swap. Like for tolerate. Tolerate is on the list. Tolerate. So you went from like to tolerating your relationship, Mrs. Purdy. We need to know. Don't you tolerate? Who you tolerating? We need to know this.
I tolerate her.
Don't be scared. What does tolerate mean? Yeah. So now is tolerate a negative or positive on your end, Wiz? What do you think?
Tolerate is like the
in between?
The bridge.
The bridge?
The bridge that's like the bridge. Almost like the
it's almost opening. It ain't fully.
The tow bridge.
So hold on, we should keep the boat at bay. Don't have the boat. Don't have the boat come through yet.
You're tolerating each other.
You're tolerating. Tolerate.
It's like this is not. You're not in the same level, but you're tolerating right there.
So what's the key to go from tolerate to or do you have to have a want? Once you're at tolerate, did you lose the want to find the like? Because I feel like if you get from tolerate, you got to go from tolerate to something like value to bounce back to like. What do you think about that? What y'all think about that? Can we go from tolerate back to value? Because now is the other person in a relationship treating you like you're treating your swap word?
How they act?
Yeah, how they act towards you
is going to be show you the value of it.
So now it's crazy. Value is one of the positive swap words. So how would you go if your relationship is going like this? You're just tolerating that person, but that person is going head and heels over you. Are you scamming them and taking advantage of them? Should you walk away if you just that tolerate? Oh, Wiz don't want to be on the couch. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to help me because Wiz don't want no parts of this. He laying down. He done had support from all the Dallas support in the world. And Al, he's still back here hiding out. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines is open. 914-719-6917. You know why you don't want to be on the couch?
I'm not worried about it because you know why?
Why?
Dallas Cowboy. Johnny Cole.
Dallas
Cowboy.
Johnny Cole.
So.
Oh, we got some more swap words that you might want to. When like gets changed for controlling, you might want to watch that. I like when he used to take over and lead. Girl, he's controlling. Or yo, my girl is mad controlling.
That is so. Yeah,
be careful with that.
You used to think it was so cute when she'd be like, "No, you gonna wear that?
You gonna?
No,
Yeah.
Why you gonna wear that?
Yeah.
Or why we gotta go to this place? Why we can't go to this place?
Right.
We taking my car.
Right.
I don't feel like driving. You driving.
Controlling, okay? Like, when like is gone, it's controlling a thing. You need to watch out for that, all right? Like. Share. Ungrateful. You want to go from like to ungrateful.
You don't even like my pictures no more.
You're ungrateful. I'm putting all these pictures up for you to like them, and you scroll right past them. Wiz, I think we found the key to a successful relationship. You gotta find a way to keep the like in your partner. What you think, Wiz?
Gotta.
How you feel about that, Al? Do we got to keep the like in the relationship to be successful?
Gotta keep that candle.
That candle.
Go ahead, Big Al.
No, go ahead. Word swap for like is toxic. Toxic, good. But now, when you say toxic, what toxic can be so many things. We want you to get specifically with your word swap. You know what I mean? Because some people might like toxic.
Toxic, that's the end.
No, toxic should be the end. Like when it's toxic, I don't want to walk in the house and get hit with
That road is gone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't
burnt
want a
that
Hulk
bridge.
Hogan chair on my head when I come through the house. That's toxic, okay? What happens when they switch like for overwhelming? I used to like his presence. Now I feel he's overwhelming.
Overbearing.
Overbearing. Is that a bad thing?
Controlling.
Controlling. That's up there.
Exceptional.
Exceptional. Okay. If something is overbearing, how do we get there? How did we go from 4 months ago? You liked everything I did. I got you this, I got you that. I took you here, I took you that. Now, girl, he's overbearing.
Because you know what? I learned this week because I didn't want to say nothing, but I lost Sanaa Lathan. She got engaged this week.
Oh my God.
I guess I was being overbearing.
Overbearing?
No, he was being a stalker.
Stalker.
So, she got engaged on me, so it's over.
I got another word swap from him, Al. She used to like Wiz attention. He became draining.
I was draining.
You drained her. Yeah, look at him, Al. He can't
That's
talk.
because I didn't watch 2 of her last movies. She got
Just 2. You drained her. All right. What happens when draining? Supportive. That should be a good one. Supportive. The moral of the story is that when you notice that your like is missing, and sometimes work, responsibilities, home life, certain things outside of the home kind of block that. And that's why I'm bringing that forward, right? So when you love someone, you just hope that you're showing that you still like them. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes that's not just buying their favorite box of candy or just putting on their favorite movie for them. You know what I mean? It should be conveyed a little bit more clearly. And sometimes we get oversaturated with what we got going on that we don't even notice that we're neglecting. Okay? Get back to like. Remember how it was when you was a teenager and you liked that boy? Everything was funny about him. Everything was cool about him.
Used to do the love tap.
The love tap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get
Hold
that back.
hands.
All right?
How can't you get that? I'm just saying, how can't you get that back when the candle's off, emotions going? How you gonna build that back?
You have to remember how you got there. You got too busy sometimes and you missed out on the small things
But
again.
some people don't look back. They don't look at
No. You can't worry about what the other person is doing. This is all self-reflection first, right? Fix self first, okay? And then if you can't salvage what you have, when you leave and get into a new relationship, the goal is to now make sure you don't do what you did in the same reception. To keep that, I wouldn't even say the candle burning, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that wick is going to be over. You know what I mean? So it got to be something stronger than the candle.
Keep on, continue what you're doing. Present
Yeah.
yourself.
Bringing that light. But you got to self-reflect and know that you're doing that first and foremost, all right? And I say, what's the word they use? The affirmations, you know what I mean, are very keen in what you're doing. So sometimes saying affirmations to yourself about how you treat people, especially the ones that you love, could be a way into that. To making sure you keep that like and love in place.
So,
You understand what I'm saying?
you know what the key to this thing is, man, is in the word. It tells us to let patience have its perfect work. And that encompasses a number of things. So first and foremost, you have to make sure that you have yourself together. Your mind got to be right. Your physical presence got to be right. Your thoughts got to be right. Okay, your spirit has to be in connection and alignment with what the Lord has for you, right? And then you can seek someone else and you can start talking about liking them, but in liking them, allowing that patience to have its perfect work. If you see any flaws in them, it's not for you to criticize, but give them the time and space so that they can take care of those things and build on them so they could be a better person. But when you start knocking them or you accept them at that point, and then when you see the change a little different later on in the relationship, you can't start criticizing that person.
You know what? And I like how you use the word swap, criticize. And I feel like that's the issue, right? Because you got to have communication, right? When you're the other opposite party, you know what I'm saying, that something is going wrong, if you don't communicate that, you're guilty of destroying things. You understand what I'm saying? Because I didn't know that you no longer enjoyed your foot being rubbed, or maybe the way I was rubbing it. You never said nothing. You know what I mean? You just let me do it and then you walked off. So now you go and what you said, Al, you criticize.
Right.
But you didn't tell me, hey, you know what? I got gout now. Don't rub my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like when those changes happen, okay, Reggie said toxic is good in degrees. You the king of paddles. I ain't even getting involved in that, Al. I don't got time for that. I ain't getting involved in that. Toxic ain't good, man. Don't be getting burnt with a cigarette talking about do it again. You know, do it again. When you start criticizing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look in first. That's what you said, Al, right? Look in first, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why I said when I'm bringing up these swap words, it's not for you to just look at your partner and say, oh yeah, that's what Gatekeeper's talking about. Look at him, he's insensitive. Fool coming here with this, knowing I don't like it. Maybe he thought you ate already. Maybe he thought because we lost our communication.
That's the selfishness. I say selfish.
Yeah, selfishness. Word swap. And then see how you're communicating these certain things to me and make sure you're working on yourself. You know what I mean? So when you speak to me, I can say, you know what? You're right. And I think that's key too, Al, that we don't listen just to fire back. We actually listen to hear what the other person is saying.
But I gotta say
Right,
something.
right. And that's what you call complete communication, because in complete communication, right, there's a communicator, there's a listener, and then there's a message. Okay? If you stop the communicator, the listener can't hear what he needs to hear, and there won't be no message.
That's a fact. Go ahead, Wiz, you were saying something?
But also, Al, gotta give you a lesson 101. So she won't get mad or he won't get mad. When you buy something from the store, make sure you eat it in the car.
Eat it, and don't walk in the house with crumbs on your mouth. How about wipe your shirt off? You got 3 mirrors at the car. Check them. Check them. Dust them off. Dust them off. Dust them off.
So why don't you just, instead of you sneaking and eating in the car, why don't you just do things fairly? You buy one for yourself, you buy one for her.
Al, you missed the point. He wasn't supposed to be eating it anyway. So
But
he
see,
couldn't
if
come
he
home
get
with one for
but
her.
see, if he get her one and she eats it, then she can't say nothing about him eating it.
He can't even come out. He gonna get shot when he walk in the door.
A lot of times, couples be selfish with each other. They don't mean that they don't love each other at that point. It's just that it's me time.
I believe you can have your me time, but once again, I don't want you to love me and not like me. I feel like if you love me but you don't like me, that you're just tolerating. You know what I mean? How long?
Yeah,
how,
I would
how long?
believe that.
How long can you tolerate something? You know what I mean? Because you're just getting more frustrated.
Like a chore, it's over.
Say it again, Wiz, for the people in the back end.
Relationship feels like a chore, it's over.
It should never feel like a chore. And if 90% of the people hate their jobs, then I don't want you to feel like a job. I want you to feel like it's vacation. I want you to feel like you're going to an amusement park or whatever you like. Whatever you like.
If you don't like where you're working at, find a new place.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that means, oh damn. Oh, well, if you're gonna check out on me, just let me know 90 days before you know, because you ain't gonna get all your retirement. You know what I'm saying? If you don't give me enough notice,
You're gonna get all the retirement. You're gonna get pieces of it.
Al, I gotta keep 100.
Right.
At these jobs, you gotta give proper notice. You can't if you quit right then and there. Now, you know what I'm saying?
But
That's all you got.
That's another thing. Quit.
Quit.
You're
And
still there, but you quit in the relationship. That's the worst thing.
then you're not there. If you can say you quit, are you really there?
No, here's the big thing. You're still in the relationship, but you've abandoned it already.
Abandon, another good word.
Oh my God.
Another good word. Another good word. Now, how many people, Al, would tell the truth that they sit down in whatever they time out spaces and say to themselves, I've abandoned my partner? Let that sink in for a minute.
That's critical.
A lot of us are in these relationships, and when you start abandoning, when you look at the facts of the relationship, and that's why you got to do the end checking first, is usually not your partner. 9 times out of 10, and this is just me. This ain't no Google facts or nothing else. 9 times out of 10, your problems is outside your household.
Mm.
If you came in the door and left your problems outside that door when you stepped in that door, I think a less abandonment might be happening now.
Right. And that's why I'm saying before you even get into that relationship, you let that patience have its perfect work and work on yourself. All that baggage you got, okay, all that traveling you did, okay, all that stuff you got in the trunk, okay, the many times you failed to change the oil, right? Remember, sooner or later it's gonna break down.
Yeah.
Right? And when it breaks down, you can't just stop and fix the transmission on the spot, right? You got to take it to the shop, right? And you got to let that thing get overhauled. When if you had the overhaul before you got into the relationship, then you won't have to deal with it at that point.
And you know the funny thing, since you made the relationship sound like a car, we're going to keep with that theme for a minute, right? Don't you love when somebody come to you and they tell you about your car, or they tell you when the car's in the shop and it's messed up, and they be like, well, this light was on, that light was on. I didn't have time to do this. I didn't have time to do that. I was going to get to it next week. Hold on. The check engine light was blinking. The tire pressure was blinking. You smelt exhaust in the wrong places, but yet you decided to go on the highway with this. And you mad that it didn't work out.
Right. Or here you go. You got in the car, and all of a sudden the car's driving different. It don't feel the same. But you want to still drive it.
Drive it.
Matter of fact, you want to take a trip and drive 100 miles.
100 miles.
And it don't feel the same.
And here's the best part, Al. And they breaking the speed limit. They
Woo.
pushing foot to the throttle, foot to the floor, going 100 miles an hour.
And driving in the POV lane. And one person in the car.
They putting pictures of Chucky over there on the side to make it look like they got somebody.
I would do that.
And then when you get home, after you done had the car towed, now it's in the shop, and the price that you paying to get it fixed, and hold it's good part, Al. Still got to pay insurance, right? And you still got to pay the note on it.
Oh, yeah.
These are all the swap words that we are talking about that's happening in the relationship.
I got one more to add to that.
Go add.
Before you got home, you stopped and got a drink.
Oh.
Now you drunk, you're driving home, and you sideswiped the entire left side of the car.
And got the nerve to tell the officer you wasn't driving.
No, got the nerve to tell the officer you wasn't drunk.
You wasn't drunk, and you was I don't know how the car moved, officer. I wasn't driving. Leave Tiger Woods alone, right? He going through it. That's my man. All right. He's supposed to break Jack Nicholson record, man. They just did him dirty. They made sure he wasn't functioning.
Ain't he a Cowboys fan too?
Yeah, just like WIZZ. Good Lord, man. Good Lord. Swap words, ladies and gentlemen. They're in your relationship, and it could be affecting your relationship, all right? And if you're swapping the words, try to leave it at the door. When you cross that threshold, leave them on the outside. Leave some of those problems outside, and maybe you won't be going through it, okay? And if you are going through some negative swap words, we got some positive ones for you to try out before you jump ship. Try appreciation.
Ooh.
Try value. Try your choice. You chose this, okay? Try connect, all right? Why are you not connected? Everybody got Wi-Fi, nobody connected. Try respect. Try admire. Try cherish, all right? Because you might think that what you got ain't it, and don't cherish it. And then you out there, and you can't get nothing else, Al. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know I like all those words, but I got to do this too. I like that word connect that you
Connect.
use, right? Because as a Dallas Cowboy fan, right, when the quarterback throws that pass, the receiver got to connect.
Never
with the
connects.
ball.
Never connects.
Don't let it go by. You don't drop the pass.
Never connect.
You got to connect.
Never connect. Never connect. Never
Some
connect.
respect on my team.
Never connect.
What's that guy name? The quarterback? I don't want to say.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't.
You got a weird name.
Yeah, I can't relate.
Respect.
Don't do that, Wiz. Don't do that.
Who knows? He might.
He didn't connect.
That might be.
Caller, you live on Behind Enemy Lines with Gatekeeper and WIZZ, man. Thanks for being here with us. Who's this? Oh, we just trying to find out, agent, man. We got word swap, man. When like is replaced in a relationship, you know, is that when problems start to happen? I like how you brought up that word swap and you put entitled in there. Now, once again, that could be a word that can destroy, you know what I'm saying, a person because Al told you before, we ain't entitled to nothing. But you don't up there went from like and switched to entitled. So if I'm the one that switched to that sense of entitlement, who's wrong in that relationship? The person that just jumped to that word? Mm. Mm. Yo, that's a powerful statement, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, Agent, we want to thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. I like what you just said right there. You heard what he said, Al? He's
Absolutely.
putting his love on hold for like. That's a strong statement, Wiz. Mm, mm. Wow, that's a big one. We're gonna pray for him. Al, you gotta say a word for him.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, thank you for calling in,
Order
Agent.
counts.
You know, he's off the bench. That's a fact. I can dig it. I can dig it. We appreciate the call, King. Yo, he said light is blind in his love. That's hard, man. That's hard right there. That's hard. That's hard. I don't want to like the blind my love. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to love me, but only tolerate me either, Al.
Right.
See that? You know what I mean? So hopefully you get the point of the story is find how to keep your partner liking you and vice versa. Hopefully that I hope your partner continue to keep you liking them and you can have a journey of love. And I'm not saying every day is going to be perfect. There is no perfect, right? You know what I'm saying? There's going to be times of controversies. There's going to be times of downs. There's going to be times of ups. That's life. Life without adversity means you're dead, right, Al? Right, Wiz? You gotta have some adversity. Adversity is what makes us live. You gotta live through the adversities, but definitely get off the bench and get back in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go into Chucky's cut right now. We know it's been a while, but like I said, we had a great interview with the two sports moms. You know, we just had to do what we had to do. Al, we appreciate you for allowing us to extend this long today. This is our longest show we ever had, episode 103.
Right.
We're gonna go to Chucky's cut right now because we are men of our words. We are men of our words. If we said we're gonna play a song, we play a song. If we said we're gonna have a great interview, we have a great interview. If we said we're gonna have the pressure check, we get a phone call. The pressure check happened. We do what we said we're gonna do around here, right? So it's time for you guys to do what you're supposed to do. Go to crowd.live right now. Okay. You know what the code is, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And if you don't, we're gonna show you again. Where's the code at, Al? Let's show them again one more time so they can't say they ain't know what the code was, man. Here it is. Z as in zipper, P as in Paul, Q as in quail, A as in apple. No, we ain't gonna say the other word. Apple. E, you aching? E as in elephant, all right? And you're gonna vote. This is A1, from 30 Drive, E the wall, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do your thing. A1. The name of the song is Sirens. And once again, The code is Z as in Zap, P as in Paul, Q as in Quail, A as in Apple, E as in Elephant. And y'all vote to keep or kill us, ladies and gentlemen.
A1 nigga. Drive. Love. Truth in my circles, that spiritual law. Same blocks raised us, same pistols and scars. Same brothers turn strangers over digital fraud. I stayed 10 toes even when the future looked dark. They be switching when the paper get involved. I was broke, eating noodles, writing scriptures on the walls. Now the money called loud, but I never banned morals, cause the snakes get exposed. Cut your grass, they ain't for you. I done watched real niggas die for a code that they believe that. Fake ones testify, tell on niggas with the ease, and it's just not checkers. And you know every step is designed. If the loyalty is thin, then it's death on the line. I don't speak on names, nigga, I just honor the game. From the corner to the stage, still a heartbeat the same. You can lie to these niggas, you can stunt for the clout, but the streets keep receipts, they'll figure you out. I'm just glad they forgot when I was busting them things. They forgot when I was out here stuck in the rain. Had fiends forming lines for a sudden exchange. Got knocked 4 arms, just a part of the game. I ain't bitter, I'm just better with my back to the wall. Talking about hell and back, I done been through it all. Learn to stand in the fire, never crack, never crawl. If the storm ever call, I'ma answer a wall. Sirens in the mirror, I see how when I drive. Got a heart full of scars, but I'm dead in my eyes. Them niggas call it success, but I call it revenge. I done lost way too much just to lose it again. Sirens in the mirror, I see how when I drive. Got a heart full of scars, but I'm dead in my eyes. Them niggas call it success, but I call it revenge. I done lost way too much just to lose it again.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're here live on Behind Enemy Lines. All right. IAXISRADIO. All right. Everybody's favorite podcast. I'm saying it right here. Everybody's favorite podcast. All right. You can leave it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Type 1 for keep, 2 for kill. All right. If you don't got time to go over to crowd.live, because we want the artists to see what y'all saying. You know what I mean? I thought it was a solid vibe. You know what I mean? Real smooth, you know what I mean, saying a lot of things. It was quick, you know what I'm saying, but it was very, very loud. You know what I'm saying? If you're listening to some of the pain in that track right there, shout out to A1 30 Drive. Make sure y'all check them out. Swap words, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful with them in relationships, all right? And be careful with them with yourself. You know what I mean? Look at yourself and see what words you're swapping in for your relationship, and see if you're helping or hurting it. You know what I mean? That was the takeaway from today's show. All right, when we're talking about swap words, you know what I mean? Not just to cause controversy and miscommunication. We want to open the lines and cultivate better communication. 2 moms that were athletes that watched over their kids was on the show today. They just have a great organization. We're going to share it again. Y'all go ahead and follow them. Allow them to come into your households and your communities and help you if you need help. If you have an athlete that you feel is going D1 or D3, it don't matter, no D, it just doesn't matter. 2sportsmoms.org. Check them out. You can call them, you can text them. They just want to connect with the community, okay? It's a nonprofit organization. All right, they are legit. You will see it on their website. They got bags for the gentlemen, the core bags, and then they got the bags for the ladies as well. So they're reaching out and they're bridging the gap. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with anybody that's trying to help you and bridge the gap, especially in this time in life, right? And that's definitely what we trying to do at IAXISRADIO. So partner with them is going to be a great special thing. Yasmin and Dr. Thomas, we thank y'all for coming on. We enjoyed everything you had to say. And like I said, that interview could have ran another 4 hours. We want to thank Yasmin's son, who?
Johnny Cornelius.
All right, for calling in and blessing us with his presence, period. You know what I mean? They got a new season coming up, and I wish them all the best. And New York Giants aside, you know what I mean? I'm just happy.
Don't even
Can I? There you go. New York Giants aside, I'm just happy to see another brother win, you know what I'm saying, and reach their goal in life. And that's with anybody, with anything they chase, you know what I'm saying, not just sports. If you want to be the president, chase it, you know what I mean? If you get it, I'm happy for you. It's about chasing your dream and being met with the right circumstances to help you get that thing done. All right, just showing up ain't enough. You need the right things, the right tools to get the job done. Does that make sense? Can we say that, Al?
That's
Can we say that? You need the right tools. So a lot of us are close, but we're working with the wrong tools, and that's why we're not getting the job done.
Still,
we have a post we would like.
Yeah,
to
we about
post
to do that.
up.
Right, I was about to bring that up right now.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm just going to post it up, and then I'm going to read the information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, his name is Amir Curtis. Everybody got that? Amir Curtis. He is autistic. Okay, his age is 14 years old. He has black hair with curly twists, brown eyes. He weighs 120 pounds. His height is 5'11". He was last seen wearing a lightweight blue puffer jacket, gray pants, black hoodie, and a black and white Nike Air Max, also wearing white and black over the ear headphone. Headphone. Okay. Please call if you have any information. If you see him or know anyone that has contact with him or have seen him, call Shauna McKinnon at 347-609-9656 or Shannon McKinnon at 646-773-5445. This is an alert, people. This is one of our children out there who's gone missing. We need to locate. We need to keep our eyes open, keep our heads on a swivel, make sure we're looking out for Amir Curtis.
Yeah, let that sit for another 5 seconds, Al, please. Just gonna let that sit right there. We really want y'all to take that in. At the end of the day, a lot of us are parents, and put yourself in these parents' shoes for a second. You're just looking at the computer screen anyway. Just post it, share it, share it 1,000,000 times. Every little bit of help matters. All right, in situations like this. So I'm a parent. I'm gonna share it as much as I can, and I want to take extra time for you guys to really see this, take the information down, and share it, share it, share it. Once again, another episode of Behind Enemy Lines. I'm the gatekeeper, my partner in crime.
What's up, this WIZZ.
All right, we had an awesome show. If you're interested in getting on the show, reach out to us. All right, we got a book artist that's coming up soon that we're gonna be interviewing. I read a book. I'm not gonna tell y'all when the interview is coming. All right, but we got an interview with an author coming up real soon. All right, you'll see me post things on my Instagram soon about that. BHLFamily52 at yahoo.com. Okay. Reach out to me. You can reach out to WIZZ. It's our main email. We take emails on just about anything. If you got ongoing events you might want us to come up to, if you want to get on any one of the iAXIS Radio shows, they have many shows on iAXIS Radio all throughout the week. So from Sunday to Sunday, there's episodes to watch. We also got the iAXIS Radio app. On top of that, we have 365 Live, which is the radio station. You can hear us on the radio with different music throughout your 7-day week. All right. There's no reason why you should know what iAXIS Radio is. Behind the Enemy Lines, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, whatever you need to find us on. Gatekeeper 718 on Instagram and
WIZZ on Facebook. WIZZ, Mr. 24/7 8.
And when you want to be on Chucky's Cut, it doesn't have to just be music. If you do spoken word, you do rap, you know what I'm saying? Like you do flute music, you got beats, we had battles. There'd be different opportunities to just reach out to me and we can work on some things. Once again, Behind the Enemy Lines, a podcast we talk about relationship for the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. And keep your eyes out for the new merch coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? We'll have t-shirts and merch out real soon. I got my own brand now. Also, Behind the Enemy Lines, apparel will be out soon. as well as Tug of War, or IAXIS Radio. They got apparel too. Go check them out.
One.
Peace.
Girl, it's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
What's the best way to tell you I love you without falling flat? More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips up the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through light, I'm guided by your glow. So blessed when you check yes over no. Have a question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
Most of the time I'm too focused on the grind to even let our home problems cross my mind. I knew I should've took a step back from my rhymes, but I thought dollar signs and half-naked dimes. That really was vibes, it never was true. I don't even know how I got up off you. I should've stayed home, but I ran into the road. Kept sneaking out, heart being cold. Looking at you now, I finally understand. It took me a while to turn into this man. I knew I had it in me, many nights felt empty. Without you, baby, what would it really be? Another desert storm tearing down every farm. On them nights when it's cold, I'll keep you warm. Word on everything, I put that on me. You'll never feel like you're lonely.
Girl, it's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made